this is the Altair Ryza Trilogy pack. We're here on the PlayStation 5, specifically the PlayStation 5 Pro. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So I figured the best way to showcase this Trilogy package was to kind of do it as a package, so you can watch the first game, or skip and see the second one, or skip and see the third one, so that each of the games is kind of available here for you to take a look at and to see what it has to offer gameplay-wise. So this is Atelier Ryza, Ever Darkness, and the Secret Hideout DX. Then there's the second one and the third one. So you get some quality of life improvements, you get some special in-game enhancements, and you get to enjoy the origins, or well, the general setup of this particular series. If it is something that you have been wanting to play, or had a, I guess, have a better version of it to enjoy. I can't wait. It really is the perfect day for adventure. Just gonna go ahead and skip this so that we can get to the action a little bit faster, because we got a nice little bit of an opening, and we've only got so much time to showcase the game and talk about it. So we got a photo mode, which they are prominently showcasing, which is interesting. But yeah, the exciting part for this one is that they have actually gone and updated the games and provided us with like native versions of them. So you actually get somewhat of an upgraded experience. Now this one's really weird because it's got like this super, like, it's quite jaggedy, and it's got like really fuzzy looking grass, which looks very odd. Like a very shimmering kind of grass, which is quite fascinating. But you know, sort of cool that this is available here and finally upgraded so that we get a little bit more fluidity and a little bit better of, I guess, an experience if you're a fan of this. And you can also grab each of the games separately if you don't want to get them as like one bundle. So that's also quite nice. I just wasn't sure if I should do like a video of each individual game. I figured this was kind of the best way to nail all three of these. Or at least that was the idea process. I keep clicking the stick in to sprint, but you know, instead it just kind of does the photo mode, which is funny. It's R1, okay. So these are sort of role-playing games. You get to go off and explore and do different various quests and meet individuals and go on an adventure of sorts. Figure out the best way to get to where I'm going, but I'm figuring it kind of probably wants me to go all the way around, doesn't it? I wonder if we can go up through here and go around that way. That would be great. So this one, they sort of mentioned that it's outputting 4K, but it's 1080p, but now it's 60 FPS. So there you go. I do think, from what I was seeing in the original version, it does, you know, at least look better and feel better, so you might be quite pleased with that. If this is a game you've been wanting to revisit, and we're hoping for some level of quality of life improvements. Yeah, and then we also have some additional settings, if we can get back to the gameplay. Guess it did not like that being skipped. Yeah. Yep. So in the settings, you have options for Well, this is the default settings here, but depth of field, bloom, light shafts, and the local reflections quality is a selection of options that you can choose from. Different difficulties, how fast saving and auto saving and everything is. Those are all options that are available within the game. Move onwards to the next area. Yeah, it's got such a weird fuzz. Like, some of it looks really clean and nice, and then other stuff I'm just like, it's odd. And now it's time to battle the slime. This poor slime, we're just beating this poor thing up. Well, that's not very nice. We absolutely decimated that poor thing. Well, I'm glad we got that done. Good job, everyone. I'm sure that defenseless slime had it coming. Yeah, it wasn't that intense. Anyways, so this is the first game, and then we are now going to go and switch over to showcase the second part of this. This is Atelier Ryza 2, Lost Legends, and the Secret Fairy DX. This is obviously the second game of the Trilogy package, and it looks like we're getting a similar offering to what we were technically with the first entry.
誰も経験したことのないような、誰も知らない。
An adventure just for us? We just did that!
今でもあの大冒険を知る人はほとんどいない。
Well, I know about it.
始まりも終わりも何も知ることなく、みんな毎日変わらず暮らしている。私は今でも時々思い出す。あの時の仲間たちと過ごした日々。そして眩しいくらいに輝いていた。
Yep, we're just gonna skip this and get a little bit more into the action a bit quicker. Like how it just gives you like a straight up black screen for a while in this. Yep, skip again. You know, they gotta have cinematics and everything to set up the story and the gameplay, right? So that you know what's happening. Another story added to the adventure. So just like with the last game, it does again seem to be where they are. The output is 4K, the internal is 1080p, 60 FPS, and this one does have a few additional options over the first game when it comes to graphics. And like the first one had local, depth of field, bloom, light shafts, and now it has rain quality. And these are the default settings for everything. And then, of course, audio, game settings for saving, everything like that, all available. How thrilling. A traveler's coat. Oh, wow. And it seems to exhibit the same sort of fuzz that the last one had as well for like grass and stuff. Oh no, a friendly slime!
早速出たわね。久しぶりの戦い。しかも私一人だけ。でもなんとかなる。
It just looks happy to exist. I feel kind of bad destroying this slimes.
あなた誰？
助立ちするぜ、王女長。
みんな気をつけて。
Let's do this.
せーの、連続よ。
I just feel bad because it's like these slimes are obviously just living their lives. We're the real monsters. That's a combo. Yep, it was just living its life and we absolutely annihilated it. Yeah, I did better.
大丈夫。
Well, it's quite a lovely environment. I guess it's just kind of nice that these games all sort of got an upgrade like this, as not a whole lot of games actually do get that sort of a treatment. Could they have gone a little bit further? Perhaps so. But, you know, a little bit of a bump is better than nothing. Oh, that's blinding. Let's go on to the third game. This is Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End, and the Secret Key DX. So this is the third and final portion of the package. This one was more recently released, so I didn't feel I needed to spend as much time showcasing it, just because it has been sort of available for a bit of time. And yeah, let's finish this off with this package here. I will say it's decently visually consistent across the games, so that's helpful, I suppose. The squad is here.
ったのかライザー。助けに入ってやられてたら島中の笑い物だぞ。ぶつかるのは僕とボースに任せて。援護お願い。
ちょっと調子悪いだけなのに言いたい放題。
ライザ大丈夫なのか？
アガテ姉さんは
Ryza is good to
守ってさん
go.
の方をお願い。まだ他にも敵がいるかもしれないし。
休暇で帰って早々こんな目に遭わされるなんて、卒業前の骨休めどころじゃなくなっちゃったな。そうか。
So this one is a 4K resolution at 60 FPS.
確かに怪しい島の偵察に駆り出されるとか帰る前は想像もしなかったね。これぞライザって感じ。
あんたたち私を何だと思ってるわけ？
何？そうだな。とんでもないことを。
Disaster magnet? That's funny. Okay, let's skip and get into this. Fight time! Tutorial time. That was terrible blocking, I'm just gonna throw that out there. Series has really cool combat though, as far as like particle effects and stuff. Looks awesome. Good job, guys. The opening cinematic. Yep, that's great. Yep. Yep. Gotta have that photo mode. Okay. So this one also has some visual settings, basically the same as the other ones, but we now have star filtering and, well, rain quality was the other one. But basically, you just get some extra options. And then, you know, audio, gameplay settings, difficulty, camera settings, so everything is basically the same. And like I said, it's a pretty cohesive offering across the different game experiences. This one also has, like, the fuzzy grass. Not as bad, but maybe that's just, like, a franchise thing. Anyways, that was kind of a relatively quick blitzing through the different games to give you a glimpse of each of them in action, as I did think that this was probably the best way to showcase these games. Yeah, so hopefully this was, you know, presenting enough of the experience for you so that you could get an idea of each of them in this trilogy package. But obviously it would have been nice to take a little bit more time looking at the older ones that are upgraded a little bit more, but I think this was kind of an effective showcase of what you get in a little bit of a brief glimpse into each of them, and I try to do the best I can for time, and yeah, hopefully this was a good showcase of the series.